See Lindelof videos, geometry. Today we're going to be learning how to apply congruence in triangles. So the first thing we need to go over is the third angles theorem. It says, if two angles of one triangle are congruent to two angles of another triangle, then the third angles are also congruent. So we can look at it like this. We have two triangles here. Let's say that they're drawn a lot better than that. We'll call this angle A, this angle B, and this angle C. Call this angle D, this angle E, and this angle F. Let's say angle A is congruent to angle D, and angle B is congruent to angle E. If angle A is congruent to angle D, and angle B is congruent to angle E, then angle C is congruent then to angle F, because these two angles are congruent to these two angles, so these two angles then would be congruent. And that's just what it says here, so that's pretty simple. Okay, moving on. So it says here, triangle ABC is congruent to triangle VTU. Find the indicated measure. So the first measure we have is the measure of angle B. So we know that the sum of the measures of the angles of a triangle need to equal 180 degrees. So angle A is 50 degrees and angle C is 70 degrees. So let's add them together. 50 plus 70 equals 120. What we can do is we can take 180 minus 120, and we get 60. So the measure of angle B is 60 degrees. Because 50 plus 70 is 120, 120 plus 60 gives you 180. So that makes sense. That one's pretty simple. Oh, what did I do? Okay. The next one is the length of AB. So it's already given that these triangles are congruent to one another. So it's just kind of difficult since this one's flipped upside down. You're not exactly sure which angle is which. So I'm going to just turn it around. This is angle T. And if we flipped it, this angle T, this is angle V, and this is angle O. And this is angle U. If we flip it around. So we know that the measure of the segment VT is 15 meters. VT is the same as AB, so it is also then 15 meters. Because when you flip this around, so they're both facing the same way, angle T is the same as angle B, angle V is the same as angle A, and angle U is the same as angle C. So that's just how we drew it, and this way makes it a lot easier to find the measures of the segments. Okay. Oh, let me also write then that angle B is 60 degrees. Okay. Next it says to find the measure of angle T. Make this orange again. So we know that these are congruent to one another because it's given already. So if angle B is 60 degrees, angle T is also 60 degrees. Because we already know that they're congruent to each other, so that's saying that their angles are congruent as well. So angle B is congruent to angle T, which angle B is 60, angle T is 60 as well. So I have the measure of angle V. The measure of angle V is going to be congruent to the measure of angle A because, as it said before, it's given that these triangles are congruent, so their angles are congruent and their corresponding angles. So measures angle V is 50 degrees, like the measure of angle A. So I hope you found that helpful. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe. And yeah, I'll see you soon. Bye!